Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. All right, so I got the leads made up here for it, and I've already done a little testing and a few little things. So I figured I would share with you guys. This thing is dead. It is utterly dead. I went ahead and fixed the one wire that was just irking me all to pieces, where it was wrapped up and over and laying on top of the output coil here. So I went ahead and I rerouted that, brought it down like it should be against the board, and looped it around for the remote. So we got that taken care of, and started checking a few things. And sadly, it is not good news. Still got power inside of here, but on further inspection, I noticed on the third section, as I'd already pointed out, where the this resistor here in the left front corner here for the output, where it had already gotten dark and started changing colors. Well, hidden down underneath here was one of the quarter watt resistors that's burned out. So the 10 ohms, so we know that that one is definitely bad all the way around. I went ahead and did a current draw, which we're going to show that again here in just a second. I've just got the Cobra 29 hooked up to it, so we should actually have some kind of output. Even if it's very little, we should have something. But we've got enough current that we should have even a couple of watts come out of this thing, but it is so dead. Got 10 amps. Hello, 35 amps. So that's all this thing is pulling. So we might have one transistor that's actually not dead at this point. So already spoke with a customer earlier and told him, we've got 3 different lots of transistors that are already in here. We're going to start having 4 or 5 different lots by the time we get through even trying to monkey with all this. So, I've recommended with him, we're going to go ahead and pull out all the transistors, check and see what's left, and send back the good ones, and then just scrap the rest of them. This feedback on the one corner here, it's gotten a little hot, which that may just be the where the soldering iron or something was getting up to it to change the blue and color. But we're going to go ahead and just pull all the transistors on both 8-pill sections and redo that. We're going to replace all the resistors back here on the output combiner, and that way they're all at least aesthetically the same. So, the best thing that I can tell, it was, one of two things has probably caused all the damage that we've seen so far in this, even though it doesn't look damaged, because of the fact that we have transistors that have all been replaced. None of these are getting, they're all cold, ice cold on the output. But we took the oscilloscope and ran the oscilloscope around just to check a few different things to make sure that we were getting input voltages to each port, so that we know that we don't have a coax issue. So hello audio. So I got that set up for the high voltage because I was checking the output. So let's go down here to set that at a 1 volt level. Hello audio. So I will drop that down to 500 millivolts. That way it'll make it a little bit easier on the screen to see. Hello audio. So we know we've got we got signal going to the each 4-pill section. Hello audio. Hello, hello, hello. And same thing with the output. We do have some, but there's not enough by the time it makes it back to the relay to actually even show anything on the meter. Um, I don't even know if it'll show on a 5-watt scale here. Hello, 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 audio. Yeah, we're not even budging a 5-watt scale, and we've got tons of reflect going back to the radio itself. So, I mean, we are getting some passive audio. Hello, audio, that you're going to see. So we know the circuit is still functioning. Hello, audio. But there's just no output. Hello. Hello. So, when one comes in this dead, the best thing to do is just start pulling it all down and finding all the gremlins that have made its way into the circuitry itself. So, like I said, I know we got one bad resistor, which means we've got one bad transistor for 100% sure. And with the HGs, depending on how they actually blow, most of the time I don't actually have them damage the 10 ohm resistors because they short out as a Xenier diode in many cases. So, one of a, like I said, I mean, I can only take a superficial guess as far as on a couple of potential ideas as to what has caused this, either being overdriven, which is a good sign since we've got two pallets that have already been repaired. So, we know we've got a problem for sure that has occurred there. The biggest thing is with no output power at all, nothing getting hot. Um, and because we have two bolts, I'm wondering whether or not there is the possibility that somebody may have made a mistake and reversed the leads when they hooked it up at some point in its life. And that may account for why we have transistors that have been blowed within the circuit itself. So, we'll go through and, like I said, we'll start pulling parts and kind of go from there. But just kind of wanted to do a part two. I'm going to actually have to order transistors because I don't have enough left in stock to do the 16. So I'm going to have to get on the phone. We're going to have to order transistors. We've got several pretty good size amplifiers, not as big as what Donkey Stomper's been working on here lately. I'm sure he'd relish the fact of building something small like this for a change. Just picking on you, Chad. But anyways, yeah, like I said, we're gonna pull the transistors out and kind of go from there. I know, we're gonna definitely redo a few things. I think one of the things I am gonna add to the circuit though, before we go back through and tune everything, um, I like personally. It's not a necessity, but I like, and I think that it tunes out better as far as on the input by putting the balancing resistors on the input combiners. So we are going to go ahead and do that as well. But I can tell that it was a beautiful build when it was brand new. But like I said, we've just got a little bit of stuff where it's been kind of monkeyed with, and some bad solder joints. So we'll get all that taken care of. Like I said, we'll get it pulled apart. We'll find out what all the problems are with it and kind of go from there. So, like I said, I'm going to start on it, and we're going to actually do this. I'll do another video probably tomorrow. I've actually got one that for some reason it didn't load, which is kind of unusual. But the part one video, the part two may come out before the part one, just because for some reason the part one did not load the other day. And I've been kind of busy with a new job. Like I said, everything's been very unusual, just trying to get over to the new day shift hours. And, I've had family stop by 2 or 3 times this week while I've been off. So I've actually, kind of enjoyed some family time for a change. The one foster boy, he's come by several times this week. So, like I said, just trying to enjoy some time there because, well, most of them know that, I've worked for so many hours and so long on night shift. Nobody's actually been able to really come over and spend any time with me, or, I've just not had any downtime. As most of you are aware, I mean, I spend nearly every waking moment that's not at my other job, I spend right here, taking care of things for you guys. So, you guys are also kind of my family as well. But, like I said, I want to spend some time with them too. Um, I am looking at here this summer. Don't have an exact date set, but we'll have some interesting videos coming up, and I'm gonna make some calls and send some messages and find out all the ins and outs on that. But I'm gonna try to go over and see my wife later this summer and spend some time with her because I mean, hopefully, if everything goes good, we'll have her over here by Christmas time this year. That's our game plan with that. But I've got kind of a secret trip that I'm going to try to plan while I'm over there in China. So, it'll be my first trip over there. Not my first trip out of the U.S., but definitely my first trip over to China. So, I'm kind of excited and kind of nervous. Just because I know that it is not anything like we are used to over here in the U.S. So, but like I said, I'm going to try to make some adjustments and see if I can't make a couple of interesting stops along the way while I'm there and spending time with my wife. So, just kind of want to see how that all develops. Like I said, a lot to do between the new job and like I said, we've got a lot of little projects and quite a few big projects that are going to be going on. I probably won't take anything in else because of what all is currently on hand. I had a whole bunch of stuff come in back at the end of December, beginning of January, and that has pretty much filled up my quota for the year. So I've got enough projects, unless everything goes really, really good and I get things caught up by July, um, July or August. We've got quite a bit of work ahead of us, here in the shop. So, like I said, I'll be in here a lot more weekends than what I was. That's also another nice thing. I got to get through all the preliminaries here for the next 30 days at work, and then I'll probably try to start working a little overtime so that I've got some spending money. I'm definitely going to need some spending money for going overseas. Okay. But, anyways, like I said, just wanted to touch base with you guys, give you a couple videos out here for this weekend. Um, I've got a small power supply I've got to build yet coming up. I'm going to try to get that done here over the next week. We'll get that taken care of for a gentleman up in Richmond, Indiana. So he is an old sea beer. He is actually from Tennessee. And matter of fact, he's actually from Sparta, Tennessee, of all things. So he's come up here to live with his daughter, and he is getting back on the radio. So he's already purchased an amplifier, but he needs the power supply to run it yet. So we're going to get him hooked up so that he can get on the radio, and we'll have another local, or kind of local, at least another Hoosier. It's going to be on the radio stations. So, alrighty, guys. Well, we got the last of the screws out. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. We're going to go ahead and start pulling the rest of the feedbacks. I'm just going to pull them all out, throw them in a pile, It'll just make it easier as far as to get in here to pull the transistors. We're going to find out what's left out of the batch of 16, see if any of them are functional, and then set this off to the side till we get the transistors, because most everything's been allocated for everything else, and I've only got about 12 left, so I don't have enough to make a full set for the 16 here. So we'll move on to the next project until the parts come in. All right, guys. So you guys take care, and we'll catch you on the next live feed. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. We'd love to have you also over on Patreon. I am going to try to get some videos up on Patreon here in the next week or so as well. So take care. God bless.